if you're new here, my name is Kalia and I raise Cayuga ducks, as well as other farm birds. If you clicked onto this video, it's because you are considering raising ducks. Please keep watching as I will be explaining why I believe you should consider the Cayuga duck. In the United States alone, there are about 1,000 breeding pairs left, and they are on the watch list with the Conservation Society. They are named from the Cayuga Lake region in New York State. They are a hybrid of the mallard duck and the Indian runner. They are a little too heavy to fully fly, but there have been stories from other people that have raised Cayugas of their Cayuga duck flying away. I have not experienced that with my trio. They are completely black from their feathers, bill, feet, and skin to the shade range of their eggs, as they do lay from a very soft cream color to a green, and sometimes you will get a gray-black. It's very much like a printer. It'll run out of ink. The feathers do have a sort of oil slick look to them, and that's perfectly normal. Their feathers have variant shades of blue, green, and purple. In the summer, it is very noticeable. With the male, their heads do tend to be the same shade of green as the mallards. They are predominantly used for their egg and meat production, but they have been more commonly used in the newer era for their egg production, as they do lay from 100 to 150 eggs a year, and that does include in the winter, as they are a year-round layer. They are also used for ornamental purposes, as they have a very beautiful featherage. In the 1880s, they were predominantly used for their meat production, as they do have a higher fat content than most other breeds. They are one of the top 5 quietest breeds, but the Muscovy is very far above them, as Muscovies just hiss. They are very hardy for winter or colder climates, as well as warmer temperatured states and cities. They're very good hunters. They've caught all sorts of mice in the back, which is great. They need a higher protein and higher niacin level diet, so feel free to feed them table scraps as long as they have not been seasoned. It's perfectly fine to give them table scraps, including hamburger, steak chunks, and even chicken. The ducks that I have, my trio, I named them Beetlejuice, Lydia Dietz, and Celine, mainly just based off of their attitude. I originally started with 4. I've got the 3 remaining. So sweet. They're very docile towards other animals, except be very wary with the male. They do tend to go after female chickens very, very quickly. They're good with dogs, cats, and small children, but they do have a tendency, if the dogs do get too close to the females, the male will tend to go towards the dog, trying to shoo them away. The downside with Cayugas is they are very crafty with where they hide their eggs. They've been laying in the compost and hiding them under rocks and cardboard. The males are very, very chatty and very protective of their little brood. Beetlejuice does tend to talk the most out of all 3 of my Cayugas, which is the funniest thing. I'll walk out back and there he is, just chatting away. They do require at a minimum of 3 to be very content with their home, as they are a very social animal. The male does prefer to have more than 2 females, which is why they tend to go after the chickens. They can be very, very happy with up to about 5 to 6 females in their group, but be very cautious of that, as you don't want to be overrun with ducklings in the spring, as they do get very big clutches of eggs that they will hide from you. They love to swim. They They're fine with just a little shallow kiddie pool, but if you have a bigger pool that you can use or a bigger container that can be put into the ground or even a pond, they will be so happy in the summer. They're great protectors towards other animals, predominantly my game birds that I have in the back. They're just so protective and I love it. The mating is not a very pretty occurrence. So if it looks like they're dying in the water, they're not. It's just a very, very aggressive process. I'm so sorry about that, but I promise everything's going to be okay. I do have little clips of my ducks being very ecstatic, of me putting fresh bedding in. I've got little duckling videos. I absolutely adore when people send me videos of their ducks, as I'm just a big fan of birds in general. And that's all for this video. Please like and subscribe for more content.